I'm a tomboy, so I don't actually wear heels. We're done. Um, Thank you. First of all, I'm not political correct, ever. And I won't be, ever. If I will be that, my voice wouldn't be heard. I am rude, I am bitchy, I am funny, I am blondie, I say dumb stuff, but that's what make me the girl I am today. I'm not afraid of something, I'm not afraid of someone who will kill me. I'm afraid of spiders, clowns, and ghosts. I'm gonna talk a little bit about my life. I came to Norway when I was 1.5 years old. My father, a political refugee from Iraq. When my father first came to Norway, he started to live on social services. 22 years after that, he still lived on social services. When my mom came to Norway, she had an education. She had a degree in economic and leadership. She haven't used it since then, since she came to Norway. They asked her to take 3 years of language, 3 years high school, and 6 years of university, 12 years. You would never do that. I would never do that. So she had just been sitting at home, giving birth to 5 more young girls, my sisters. And that's why I think all of us have an identity crisis at home, my sisters, because we don't know where we belong, because my mother and father doesn't understand us. I went to Iraq in 2005, lived there for a year. It wasn't the best year to choose to be there to learn Arabic. It was the US invasion. But I am like dumb again, so I do stuff like that. And I stayed there for a year alone with my grandparents. I went to school. In Iraq, the school education and the education system is not like Norway. You get hit, you get tortured, and they don't like you if you're not from Iraq. You're from Europe, so why are you here? And it was the most important thing, the war. I survived that. It was the worst year of my life, but the best year also. I learned a lot. But when I came home, I hated all Muslims. I hated Muslims because I saw the brother killing each other's, because the one is Sunni and the other is Shia. I hated Muslims because they were the one who kidnapped my friend. I hated Muslims so much. And then I started to learn about Islam when I was 14. And when I was 15 years old, I sat alone with my books, all alone by myself. No imam was beside me to talk to me about Islam, but I know I take that shit by myself. And then I started high school, the first day of my high school. The first question you will get is, hi, what is your name? Or you're beautiful, you flirt, I don't know what you do in university and stuff like that. But that's the first thing you ask for. They asked me, are you Sunni or Shia? What? Is that a question you ask people? They did. I answered, I'm a Shia Muslim. Okay, you should get killed. People like you is not Muslims. Fair enough. And then we have a lot of discussions in school about Shia and Sunni. This is the discussions we have in Norway in high schools and still have today. The hate I got because I'm a Shia Muslim made me hate them back. It made me radical. I hated every Sunni Muslim I knew. Even my family, from my mother's family, most of them are Sunni Muslim, but I hated them also. And I meant my dad and mom, who say Sunni and Shia are brothers, I hated them for that, because we're not. And then I went to Iraq in 2013. I walked to an imam and I told him, I need books. I need to prove them that we are right, they are wrong. Please, give me some books. He said, how old are you again? I'm 17, turning 18 soon. And you care about Sunni and Shia? Listen, honey, I'm from Iraq. We have been through Kuwait war, Iran war, Saddam Hussein, the US invasion, and now ISIS, and we still survive. There is still no Sunni and Shia. 2 minutes of that guy today, I'm not radical, I don't care about Sunni and Shia, I care about that we're humans, and that's it. And then my mom decided to take my 5 sisters to Iraq to learn them Arabic and stay with them for a year, the same school I went to. 2014, I get a call from my younger sister, and she said, you know, Faten, ISIS is nearby our city. Can you please come to us? I'm the oldest one. My father is a faggot, so they always call me. I went to them. For the first time, I felt fear in Iraq. I felt people are afraid. I heard mothers scream because their son died, or the brothers, or the man, or their husband, I don't know. And we got back. And the first thing I see in Norway when I come back is a guy called Hussaini, who's the leader of this extremist group in Norway. And he tells the Norwegian people on TV for 2 minutes that Islam is killing, Islam is cutting the head off, Islam is burning churches and mosques, Islam is raping girls, Islam is so much, Islam is everything else than the Islam I know. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start this demonstration against ISIS. Why not? Little girl, big dreams. And then I saw a guy who already had an event on Facebook. I contacted him. There was only 70 people who wanted to come. It got bigger, 3,000 now. We called every imam we had in Oslo. Please, can you be a part of this demonstration? No, I'm sick. No, I have to go. I have to travel. No, I can't, sorry. Every Shia and Sunni imam said no. Every Sunni and Shia imam in Norway said no. Then we had the prime minister who said, I will be a part of this demonstration. Do you know who called me back? The imams, all of them. All of them was there. All of the hypocrites was there on the demonstration. I gave my speech. I told the Norwegian people, stop fucking judging us. I'm not the same Muslim as him. Get over it. After that day, I started Just Unity with the former extremist Yusuf as-Sadiq. We started Just Unity where we worked also face-to-face with the youth. And we had one case, we call it the human behind the monster. There is a guy from Norway who converted to Islam. He went to Syria, he got killed. And Yusuf called me 12 o'clock at night and tell me, you know what, we have to go to his mother and help her. It's really hard for her right now, and he died, we couldn't help him. And I said, fuck you. I don't care about this dude. He's fighting against my family in Iraq. He's fighting against my people in Iraq. Why do you think I have a little bit of sympathy with him? Why the hell do you think that? I won't go with you. And he said, you know what, you can be as mad as you want, just come with me. Please, I need you there. I need you with the family, and they have girls, and you need to be there. I got there, and even when I talked to them, I was like, hi, Faten, and I sat down, I didn't care. She cried, I didn't care. I was really heartless because he was a monster for me. And then she started to talk about him. She told me he was a nice guy. He had a lot of compassion. His biggest dream was to get the driver license. His mother and father is drug addicted. His father died when he was 8. His stepfather burned the house when he was inside with his mom. His sister is drug addicted. He never made it to school. He had ADHD. He had to change school because of that, because he's not good enough for them. And finally someone saw him. The extremists, this group of Muslims in Norway who call themselves Muslims, saw him finally. Of course he will be a part of them. Of course when the society don't see boys like that, of course when we have prejudice and no, he's not good enough for me, he's not good enough for them, of course he will go and be a part. I will do that. And then suddenly I started to cry. And I looked at Yusuf and I told him, is it wrong that I'm crying for him? Is it wrong that I'm loving him so much and I wished I really could help him? And he said no, because he's not a monster, he's a human, but we made him a monster. That was my last case ever. I couldn't handle it. It was so hard for me, but I've been working with preventing extremism. I lived with police protection because extremists want me, and that's okay, who cares? But then I got other threats. You're not Muslim enough. You have too much makeup. You're showing your legs. You have attitude. You have boyfriends. You have gay friends. That was of my community. So the police protection was from my community. I got abused. What kind of abuses doesn't matter, but I got abused from a politician in Norway because I'm weak. Why I'm weak? Because I wear a hijab. So I moved for myself for a year because I was sick. I didn't want to tell my family. And for an Iraqi girl, you never move for yourself until you're married. I wasn't married, I just moved for myself. The threats got more and more, and we were talking about honor killing. They had to honor kill me. And then they were pressing my dad, who is a really great person, to be the monster he become. Because he got pressed from everywhere. People called him from the US. Hi, I saw an interview with your daughter, too much makeup. Are you kidding me? She's a shame for us Iraqis. Yeah, we're like that. We're talking about makeup. So my father had to force me into things I didn't want to 3 times, and I went out of it 3 times. And everyone in my community became a monster for me. I hated everyone. I hated the Iraqi community because they are monsters. After that year, I went back home because it was a lot of pressure on my father. Your girl should be killed or bring her back home because she cannot live for herself. If you live for yourself, you're a whore. I went back home, and today my father is not a monster. I'm trying to understand him. He had a lot of pressure on him. And then they asked me, the national TV, can you please be a TV host for us? And I said, yes. I will have a TV show about the election. The first article was about Faten will have a TV program about the election. Do you care? Do you think any Norwegian guy in Norway cared about Faten working for preventing extremism, living with danger, and giving so much away? Is going to be a TV host? No. Faten wears a hijab. And that's not okay. Before even the TV show started, we have 6,000 complaints. It never happened before. We had this guy here at 3,200, and they said you would never get above him, ever. It's hilarious if it happened. Guess what? It happened. I made history again. But the thing is, in Norway, you're Norwegian if you talk about extremism. I was Norwegian then. I was Norwegian when I talked against my community. I was Norwegian when I talked for the women's rights. I was Norwegian when I told them I hate this community and I love the Norwegians. But I'm not Norwegian for wearing my hijab, and I would never be. They would never look at me as Norwegian, and I don't want them to look at me as Norwegian. I'm Norwegian and Iraqi, and I'm proud. My name is in Norway is not Faten anymore. My name in Norway is oppressed, forced, terrorist. My name in Norway is complained against. My name in Norway is so much more than just Faten. And you know what? I don't care, because my name is Faten, a hijabi, a Muslim, a Norwegian, an Iraqi, a strong, a dumb, young woman, and it will always be like that. And I don't care what they tell me. And in my program, I had to meet every party leader. And the one question I had for all of them was, am I Norwegian with my hijab? Everyone answered yes. But one. I asked her, am I Norwegian with my hijab? And she was like, I hear you speak Norwegian. Oh, really? Okay. Am I Norwegian with my hijab? It's your citizenship who decide that. Am I Norwegian with my hijab? Oh, stop talking about that. Am I Norwegian? I didn't ask so many times to get her approve of her because I don't care. I asked so many times because in my brain, I told myself, please let me, I know she misunderstood my question. She cannot tell me I'm Norwegian. She cannot tell a girl who sacrificed so much for her country, Norway, who lived under police protection, something she hasn't done. She's not Norwegian. And she did tell me all over again, no, you're not Norwegian. Maybe she didn't say directly no, but why can't you just answer me yes? In Norway, they love us when we talk against our community. They love us when I talk against the hijab. They will love me if I take off my hijab. They will love me if I be an ex-Muslim. And many Europeans will do that. Why can't you love me as I am? Why is it so much hate? Somebody will say the 6,000 complaints you got wasn't against you, it was against the television channel. And you know what? Yeah, that's true. But the comments on Facebook, on everywhere, is only hate. It doesn't matter how many complaints we got. It doesn't matter what kind of comments people have. It's the attitude that is dangerous. The attitude against girls with hijab. In Norway, we're still back to something I call basic racism. We still talk about dark skin colors. We still talk about wearing a hijab. Are you kidding with me? Are we done with that? They still doesn't believe I love Norway because I wear a hijab. I will always be the girl who support either Iran or Saudi Arabia. I will always be the girl who is actually from Iraq. And that's why you should, all of you, just speak out and tell them, no, you are Irish, or I don't know, English, or German, or Swedish, or Iraqi, or Norwegian, with your hijab and turban, and with your hair, and with your dark skin, and I don't know what. But do you dare to be so non-political correct? That's the thing. Does our leaders, our politicians, dare to say, we're not so political correct. You are who you are, and we respect you, and you're part of this country. It doesn't matter what religion you have, or skin color, or... They don't. A few of them actually dare, and they had paid the price. How many times do I have left? Okay, I'm done. Thank you. I don't know.